No, Adele, you're much more important. Don't anyone ever say that I said that. Oh God, it's recording. No, the sound is more important.
Judy, just
Sorry.
mute yourself because we hear the siren in the background.
I'm gonna.
All right. Adele, take us away.
All righty. So, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Wait a second. All right. I hope it doesn't cut out in the middle because it did before, like just before. All righty. So, let's take it away. Hang on, let me be sure I'm sharing with sounds. No, oh, now I am.
We heard sound. We heard the lion roar.
Okay, so I am going to talk to you. It's not really magic tool that I'm talking about today. It's about why we really need to make movies. And I'm just so excited to be doing this because those of you who know me know that I'm a YouTuber and know that I love movies, but I wasn't born this way. And I have just grown to understand the importance of it. When, in fact, a little known fact, I started doing my PhD, and the topic was in the 1990s comparing. Was it in the 90s? Yeah, it was in the 90s. Comparing connection, the relationship that people can develop when they're sending emails as compared to when they're connecting on Skype. And this has always been something that I felt very strongly about the importance of connection with sound and movement and face and being able to see each other. So I'm going to start off today just by asking you, have you ever sent your students a recording? So I would like you to click on, if you have a scanner, you can click on the scanner and go in on your phone. And if you do not, you can, I'm going to put in the chat, if I can find the chat, I'm going to put a link there that you could go into this Padlet on. And I would like you to, on the left side, write if you have sent your students recordings, what was the purpose, why you did that, how was it received, and how did you feel about it. On the left side, I'd like you to write if you have not sent your students recordings, why not? And what, if anything, is preventing you? So please do that now.
Can you go back to the QR code, please?
I can. Okay, or you can grab the link in the chat. So let's see what we have here.
I can't seem to get to the left side. Is it because I'm on my phone or because I'm a very, very little
Maybe
brain?
it's on your phone, maybe. So yes, teaching modals well, it was received well and somebody felt not confident. Somebody always records for students so they can see me smile and read my lips when I give instructions or remind them to come into the Zoom so they don't forget, so they don't forget. I love this person. I don't know who wrote it. You can write your names on it so we can see. I'm just refreshing here so we can see who's writing. This is really interesting. I've not recorded yet. It's embarrassing. Okay, totally legitimate. Totally legitimate. I also used to be embarrassed. I'm moving you over to the right, the person who found it embarrassing. As part of the graduation ceremony. Oh, the person who I said I love, that's Judy. Okay, I wonder why. To show them how to enter. Good one. We prepared a video modeling present progressive, mainly to have fun with the students and as a team. Excellent. I don't like to see myself on a video that's so honest and common and understandable. It took me a long time to get used to seeing myself on the video. Really, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing to hear my voice and to see my face. Well, not yet, haven't found it necessary. Okay, I'm putting you over to the right. Birshutcha or birshutech. Preparation for oral bagrut, weak teachers, fantastic. Okay, always, no, haven't recorded because there always seem to be technical problems. That's interesting. The person who wrote that, I'd love to get back to you afterwards in the end. Tracy Shapiro, stop writing on my screen. I will disable annotation. Okay.
Sorry, that was a mistake.
It's okay. I'm just joking. Not yet. I don't like recording myself. Okay. I record my reading as an example, and they send me the recordings. Fantastic. So I'm not talking about only voice recording. I'm talking about video recording, tutorials. Great. Okay. So wow. Record videos for different purposes. Excellent. Oh, I love this person too. No, that's okay. I love you too. Never seems like too much work. Okay, I hope I'll change your mind. Whoever wrote that, seems like too much work. I hope I'll change your mind today. No, too many important things. Okay. So I'm gonna leave this really important board now. I'm just gonna leave it up here because we're not allowed to use cell phones, okay? These are really, really important comments, and you can—
Adele, I
Yes.
wrote in chat, and I didn't see where to put it in on the left side.
It doesn't matter, I'll move it. If you're on your phone, it might be a bit challenging to get
No, not on my phone, I'm on the computer.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know, you didn't see—
I don't know.
Okay, let me just erase this line because it will make me kind of go crazy. Okay, and
On the left side.
okay, so we got some great answers here. So I wanna try something else with you now. I would like to this may be challenging for some of you, but bear with me. Minimize your Zoom window and try and follow my instructions with other windows that you have on the screen, okay? So listen to what I'm saying and try and follow my instructions. So I want to split my screen so that I can have two browser windows open and work with them side by side on my computer screen. Go to the top right-hand corner or the left-hand corner of your open window, depending on whether your interface is in Hebrew or in English. And there you will see three marks: a little line, which minimizes, an X, which closes, and then between them, two squares, one on top of the other. So you click on that middle one, the two squares, which will make the window smaller, but not minimize it. Now drag the browser window. Are you guys with me? You guys doing this? Anybody?
Yeah,
Now,
we're trying
am I going too fast?
a little bit. If you can slow a bit down.
What do you mean by drag the browser window?
Drag the browser window, which is now smaller than it was before and doesn't take up the entire screen anymore, to one side of your computer screen.
Mhm.
And then click on the tab, another tab that you want to have showing next to the first tab, and pull it out and align it so it fills up the other half of the screen.
Come and help me here.
You get that? Everybody? Has everybody done that?
No, I can't drag. It won't let me drag the browser.
Oh,
I've got to drag the browser to the left.
yeah.
This
Okay.
is the browser, the middle thing.
Evelyn, it says it's too
That's the
complicated.
browser, David.
Melville didn't even try. Gabby's got issues with her phone. Okay, never mind, forget it. Come back to my screen.
Sorry.
Never mind. So what is clearer? That took me at least a minute to explain, and you guys did not get it. Did anybody manage?
No.
No? Okay.
No, unfortunately.
Okay, so never mind. That's okay. have a look at this.
Adele, can you show us on share screen?
I
Because
want to be able to.
What?
what I'm doing is I'm not really dragging. I'm kind of making it smaller.
Debbie,
Yeah.
never mind, leave it.
Hmm.
Don't worry about it. Now watch this.
Work on my screens that I have two windows, one next to the other. I go to the two squares, click on it, which makes it smaller. And then I take the other tab and grab it and put it next, resize it next to the first one so that I can work between the two windows. And that's all.
Okay, so that took 19 seconds. Was that any clearer?
Yes.
You didn't necessarily have to,
Much better.
but you could play it again and again and again if you didn't get it the first time, instead of asking me, well, Adele, slow down. Wait, can you repeat what you said? Okay, so I hope I've made my point. So here are at least 6 reasons why you should record yourself. So connection. We've spoken so much this morning about connecting with our students. Rebecca and Nati spoke about it, and Amy spoke about it, and Judy spoke about it, and Arona spoke about it, and everybody spoke about it. So how better to make a connection with your students if they can see your face and they can see your smile? Flipping your class. So for those of you who do not know the term flipped classroom, it is a pedagogy, a methodology where you make recordings and you send your students those recordings. It doesn't have to be with recordings. You could have them read something or do something at home before the lesson. They do the learning outside of the classroom. And then when you're in the classroom, they apply what they've learned. So flipped classroom often works with videos. And you can very often go onto YouTube and find videos that will totally do it for you. But more often than not, I prefer to make my own because I know exactly what I want to show them. And what I want to show them with my materials, with the materials that they're actually going to be using. So it's excellent to know how to make these short tutorials or short videos in order to flip your classroom. It's setting an example. You want your kids to open the camera. You want your kids to be on camera. You got to be on camera too. So not only in Zoom, if you make these movies and you send them and you're used to communicating in movies, then hopefully it'll get the students doing it more as well. Clarity, okay? I think I sort of showed that with the how to split windows. Excuse me, okay. Listening practice. You have to listen when you're watching a movie. You can also reinforce it with subtitles, which reinforces your listening as well. And it can be revisited. You can play it over and over again. And I can't tell you, I learn everything these days, but everything I want to know, I learn on YouTube. And I split my screen the way I showed you, and I watch the YouTube, and I stop it. I'm teaching myself how to use Photoshop. Very challenging. I'm super challenging myself with this. So I put my video on one screen, and I'm working on my Photoshop on the other screen. I watch it, I stop, I do it, I mess up, I go back, I rewind, I look at it again, I go back, I try it. This is the way to learn today, and this is the way that we need to teach our students how to learn as well. Oh, and this too. I mean, you know. So Matt Miller, who wrote Ditch That Textbook, says instructions are especially important in remote learning. Written instructions are good. Recorded instructions are even better and clearer. And he says, just press record. So there's all sorts of different ways. The movies that I make for my Digitally Yours YouTube channel, I make with Camtasia. At first, when I did YouTube Academy for teachers, in Google Academy, I got it for free. And then when I went on YouTube Academy for teachers, I used it a lot. And that's how I started. All of my YouTubes are right from the beginning with Camtasia. Now I have to buy it because it's no longer free. But there's lots and lots of programs out there that are free and that you can use and that are really simple. So I'm going to start with the simplest and go to the more complex. So for example, you have WhatsApp, and most of you have WhatsApp groups with your kids. You can either record yourself on the phone and send it as WhatsApp, or you can record it directly through the WhatsApp. So this is a recording that I made in the middle of Corona to my 11th grade class.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to remind you that tomorrow we're going to be having a Zoom. I got the time wrong because I'm busy at 1, so we're going to be doing it 2 o'clock. If anyone here cannot make it, please tell me now. Let me know, and I'll set up a different time. Everybody has to be there at 2 o'clock on the Zoom. I'll send you a link in the WhatsApp. I'll be explaining the work that you have to do for this week, and then you have to finish it by the evening. I will try and post it this evening. I'm having trouble doing so. But at any rate, I'll explain it tomorrow.
Okay, so that was mid-corona. I didn't put on any makeup. I didn't go to any trouble of doing anything special. I just turned on the camera and clicked record. So while I was preparing this session, I discovered that Flipgrid, which we're going to use later on, we're not using it yet, but when you're doing it on the computer, I think it's only on the computer, it has a thing that's called Shorts, and it's excellent for making really short movies. I think you can make up to 15 minutes. It's not editable in the middle, but you can stop and go and add captions, and you can trim the edges. So that's this.
So here are 5 things that we can use Flipgrid Movie for. 1, make connections. Hi, how you doing? I hope you and your families are all okay. I really miss you, and I hope to see you really soon. 2, give instructions. The next assignment is in Google Classroom. Go into classwork and find activity number 003. 3, send a quick reminder. Don't forget, we're going to be doing the book circles next week, so you have to finish whatever book it is that you're reading right now. 4, good luck. Hey guys, you're having your Bagrut in a few days in history. Good luck on that. 5, ask a question. Last week, one of you came up to me and said that you have a song that you'd like us to work on in class, and I can't remember what the song was or who said it. So whoever it was, whoever you are, PM me. Bye. 6, I'm sure you can think of lots and lots of other reasons that this will be useful to you. So play around with Flipgrid. I made this all on Flipgrid on the thing that's called Shorts. It's the first time I'm playing around with it too. So get your hands dirty.
That's what I always say. Get your hands.
Flipgrid gives you...
Okay, shut up, Adele. Okay, so you can also, so here I just recorded myself through my webcam, but you can also record yourself on the screen. You see, in Flipgrid, I can also record myself and the screen at the same time. So the students see me, they see my face and I'm talking, and I can teach them how to do something. For example, about Wakelet, which is my newest favorite tool for curating different sites and keeping things together. For example, I'm using everything that I'm using for today's session that has influenced me. I'm putting in here. Okay, and thank you to Debbie for that. So there's also, these are also 2 tools that you can use. They're free. You also have a paid version, and they're really, really not expensive. Like Screencast-O-Matic, I think is something like $18 per year. And Screencastify, you can also get for like, I don't know, $1 a month or something ridiculous like that. But, you know, first try the free version of all of this stuff and see what you're comfortable with. So Screencastify, I'm not going to go into this now, but here is a tutorial explanation for Screencastify. Here's a tutorial for Screencast-O-Matic. The thing that I like about Screencastify is that it's a Chrome extension. If you can you see, hang on, I'm going to turn on my spotlight again. If you can see on my browser, on my Chrome, I have a little icon here. That is Screencastify. And I can click on it anytime and record what's on my screen. I can either, can you see that? Yeah, you can. You can either record a browser tab or the desktop or just the webcam, and it makes it really convenient. Oh, come back. So it has rudimentary editing tools. It saves to your drive. Because it's on your Chrome, it's all connected to the Google stuff. So it saves itself automatically in your drive. And I found 2 really promising free training courses. One is Screencastify Genius, and the other one, I'm moving with my cursor on top so it's the toolbar is hiding it, Master the Screencast. So you'll have those links and you could go in and they're like, I think Master the Screencast is 45 minutes and the other one, I don't remember how long it is, but they're certainly, if you want to learn a little bit more about using the tool and everything, I recommend you try that. Screencast-O-Matic, you download to your computer as opposed to Screencastify, you download to your drive. Screencast-O-Matic downloads to your computer. It also has a version where you get a certain amount of storage online. The free version gives you 15 minutes. And you know, 15 minutes isn't a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but really, the shorter your things are, the better. Even if you're doing a tutorial, even if you're doing an explanation, very few tutorials of mine even reach 15 minutes, I think. It's best to keep them short. No, some of them go over, but it's really best to keep them short. And as I said, even the paid version, if you feel that the free version isn't doing it for you, even the paid version is not expensive. You can also, on Screencastify, can also, wait a minute, let me go back. Screencastify can also be easily shared to Classroom, to YouTube, to Wakelet, which is the curator that I showed you before, and to Edpuzzle. And it's really useful for kids who need to review and remember and watch more than once. And what I'm going to show you now is, I hope you all know Edpuzzle. If you don't, I highly recommend you look into it. Any of you who have used any of the recordings that we put on the COBE oral prep site, the Read Oral Prep site for COBE, all of the recordings that we did there, we did on Edpuzzle. So what you do is Edpuzzle, you take a movie and you upload it, any movie that you could get on YouTube and Vimeo and other platforms, but also a movie that you make in Screencastify, and you can embed questions in it. So it's a great tool for flipping your lessons, and also for your students who are at home and aren't able to be in the lesson. If you record yourself with Screencastify and then upload it to Edpuzzles and embed questions in it, they sort of feel like they're not missing out on what it is that you were doing in the classroom, and it lets them sort of feel more on top of things. So I'm going to show you what the Edpuzzle does. So again, I recorded this on Screencastify, and shared it on Edpuzzle.
So here's another thing that I could do. I can use my Google Slides in order to give a lesson and continue and explain whatever it is that I want to teach in the lesson.
Okay, and here I've embedded a question, multiple choice question. So you can't do it because you're not on my computer. I didn't share this with everybody, but the students would have this. What's a good use of self-made video recordings that is presented here? Make a lesson, become famous in Hollywood. Let's see. Oh dear. Oh well. I can rewatch it if I got it.
So here's another thing that I could do. I can use my Google Slides in order to give a lesson and continue and explain whatever it is that I want to teach in the lesson.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I got it. So I'm going to continue.
And I save it as a movie and send it to my students, and we have a flipped classroom lesson.
So how can you get your movie to your students? Anybody want to open their mic and tell me what to mark here? Inbal, I see you. Open your mic. What should I write? Inbal Henbarget. Yeah, you. I see you. Oh, you thought I couldn't see you, huh? What should I write here?
I know you can see me, but my bandwidth isn't very wide, so everything is very blurry. I can't really see what's written there.
Adele, can you make it a little bit bigger? I can't see the words either.
Read it, guys. It says, how can you send the movie to your students? By FedEx, email, embed it on a website, or share it in your classroom, or send in WhatsApp.
So what do you say?
Number 3.
Can I FedEx it?
That's a little bit ridiculous, I think. But you can email it, you can embed it in a website, and you can also share it in the classroom, and you can also send it by WhatsApp.
Okay, let's see how Reba did. Woo! Good job.
Teach them something before the session, and then in the session, we implement whatever it is that we taught.
But I'm grateful to read because remember, I made you guys crazy in April, May, asking you about this stuff. And so Adele, it's all due to you that I know.
Good
and
job.
I used it, and it helped to keep in touch with my students.
Okay. Here I'm not going into this now, but those of you who want to, and this is actually what they taught us when we were in YouTube Academy for Teachers. They taught us about recording on our phones and even editing on our phones. So all of these programs have free versions. Quick, Magisto, Filmora Go, KindMaster, iMovie, WeVideo. And some of them are better with editing and some of them are less better with editing. You just have to play around and see what's best for you and try it out. So, oh my God, I'm doing this so fast. So here are some insights that I'm going to give you as a YouTuber. So first thing before you make a video, unless it's just a, you know, hi, how you doing? I miss you and whatever. Like, unless it's that kind of thing, if it's a video where you actually want to be teaching something and using it to explain something, know what you want to say, plan it. When I plan my videos, I always make a list of the order in which I want to talk about things. Either sometimes I really script it completely, or they taught us to storyboard it. Do you know what storyboard is? It's like making a comic, and so that each frame you see what's supposed to be happening in that frame. So I never actually went ahead and did that, but lots of people find that very useful. So first thing, plan ahead, be sure what you want to say and how you want to say it. Once you've planned, write it in a note and pin it near your webcam if possible. So my webcam, I don't usually work on my laptop. Like if you're doing it from your laptop, your webcam is a little hole in the top of your screen, so that might be more difficult. I use a webcam that I have on a little shelf or tripod or whatever you have to hold it up, and I stick the piece of paper, like the note, on it, and that way I have it all in front of me while I'm doing the session, so that I can look at the camera as much as possible. Now, the thing is, when I'm making a recording and I'm doing it, recording my screen, if I was doing it on my laptop, then I would be totally looking at the screen the whole time and looking at the camera as well. Since I'm not doing it on my laptop, so my camera's in the middle, and my screen, I have two of them. One is over here and one is over here. So much of the time, I'm looking at my screen while I'm doing it, but I always make a point of looking back at the camera, so that making eye contact. So, you know, it's like when you're giving a speech on stage, or even in the classroom. When you're standing up in the classroom and you're talking, you're looking at the students, and sometimes you look to the right and sometimes you look to the left, but you try and make that eye contact with them wherever they are. So here, our eye contact is only via the camera. Lighting counts. And interestingly enough, my lighting is okay now, even though my lights are off, but I am lucky enough to have set this up, just dumb luck, where my camera and my computer are right next to a huge window. So I get lots of light coming through here. So when I make recordings during the day, even though like I'm in the shade and everything, it's enough for the camera. But you shouldn't have your light source behind you, for example. Like in Bal Near Gross, you have a window behind you, which sort of makes you, to some extent, a shadow. And let's see who else I'm looking at here. Avivit, I can't see your face at all, because the light is totally, you don't have to get up and move now. I'm just giving examples of lighting and why it matters. So if people want to see why lighting matters, you can look at these people whose names I just shouted out, and it demonstrates you what you shouldn't be doing. In Ballet Nav also, you've got the light behind you, and it's hard to see your face. So when you're recording, you should have a light source to your side. If it's straight in front of you, a really strong light source, that can sometimes be harsh and also not wonderful. Audio counts. So first of all, I can't tell you how many times I've bought microphones until I found this one, which I love and I think has pretty good sound. If you're actually gonna make recordings, or even when you're doing Zooms, you wanna have good sound. And really, the headphones that you use for your phones, sometimes they're great, sometimes they're problematic. Like you have to keep picking it up next to your mouth in order to be heard properly, and it can be fiddly. Making a movie making a whole tutorial that way, I wouldn't recommend it. When I'm making a movie, I turn off my phone. I take WhatsApp Web off my computer. You might have heard in the recording that I made to my students, I made it from my phone, and it kept pinging because I kept getting WhatsApps in. So you don't want that to happen. When I'm making recordings, when I'm making tutorials, I turn off my air conditioner and my fans. And sometimes if there's noise outside, I'll also close my window. So I made asphyxiate, but you know, what won't we do for the good of the movie, right? Humor helps. A lot of people tell me that they watch my YouTubes just because I'm funny. That I teach them stuff, but I'm also funny. If you have a red nose, you can always pop that on. Mine is out of reach now. I'm not going to get it. And smile, because, you know, when somebody smiles at you, it's just like automatic. How can you see somebody smile at you and not smile back and not feel better? And when you smile, it does something, your endorphins, and like it affects your body. Plus it's a great facelift. What's it called? You know, it's a, yeah. I'm much less wrinkly when I smile.
Everybody now, give a big smile. Hi. Think I'll feel better now?
Right. And if you want to do laughter yoga, that's even better.
There you go.
So, in order to sum up, I want you to go into your Flipgrid now. Gosh, we are really early. So we've got plenty of time to actually do this and see what comes out of it. I want you to go into your Flipgrid. And when you go in you can either scan this, or I will send you the Flipgrid number. Look, I forgot to open my Flipgrid. Hang on, I got to open my Flipgrid. Well, I'll do it on another screen so it doesn't. You can scan this, and those of you who don't have a scanner, I will immediately, forthwith, get in and send you the code. Okay, so the code is, where's the code? The code is.
Okay, so now they've heard the whole story of everything that I have to suggest
Oh,
you.
where's that playing?
Do you think you'll use it?
Is that from me?
Yes.
Okay, the code is, wait a minute, it should be up here. Oh, here's the code. Okay, that is the code. So either scan it on your phone or go into if you scan it on your phone and you've downloaded Flipgrid, it will pop you right into the Flipgrid. If not, you can go into flipgrid.com on your computer. You see flipgrid.com and type in that code, small f7fa3c21, and you go in and answer the question. What have you gotten out of this? First of all, click on the recording. Hang on, I'll make this smaller. So first of all, click on the recording that says Adele, and it's black. I'm not sure why it came out black. Listen to that first, then click on this one, and then record your own response.
Somebody else is posting, and you're not going to get
So I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to do that.
Can you tell us the code again or write it in the chat? Can you write the code in the chat, Adele?
posting, and you're not going to get the if I was there until you do this, guys. Go do it.
Adele, I have my Flipgrid, but where do I go to get into yours?
You go into Flipgrid and you write the code. I'm writing in the chat, F7FA3.
I did it already.
E21, and Melissa beat me to it. So it's in, the code is also in the chat.
But do we join as students or educators? You haven't answered.
You can
go in as educator. Should work the same.
Adele, if I record a response, are you going to hear it now, or am I supposed to my mic and then
record it and upload it? But it's everybody's recordings.
No, nothing's
Hi,
happening.
it's very interesting. I'm going to finish the session.
I'm muting everybody
and get started.
Oh, this is just crazy. I don't know how to get into this. I've scanned it. I don't know how to get into Flipgrid.
So go in on your computer, write flipgrid.com.
Flipgrid, thank you. There we go, got it. Okay, now.
So Judy said she doesn't know how to scan, so just go in. I asked you to download Flipgrid earlier.
Hey, I learned how important it is to keep a connection with my students with videos, and that they should really see me in the.
I've muted everybody for now, so do what you can. And I will, what I forgot to mention is that at the end you have to take a picture. Ah, look at all these.
It's so easy. It's crazy.
I actually have Flipgrid, but I don't find where to get to the one owned by Adele.
Go into the
When you
website.
open up, go ahead, Adele.
Go into the website flipgrid.com on your computer and do it on your computer.
Yeah, that's what I did, but I got into my own personal Flipgrid page. And I don't know how to get to yours, but it doesn't matter.
And did you try with your phone?
I'll find out. That's what I'm gonna do. Thanks.
Scan it on your phone. It should take you right into it. I'll put the scan code up again. Scanner, scan the. Ida, you record yourself. Once you've popped yourself in with the scanner, it has a button there that says record yourself.
Adele.
Yes, it's.
Hi, I'm trying to, I pressed on the record button and then it gives me like a black screen that says camera and mic help. Click the allow button in the pop-up locked it in the app's left side of your browser, but I don't see any app left side. The computer is blocking me?
Yeah, so let it that you approve.
Ah, okay. Here it is. I'll try. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Adele?
I hear my recording.
Yes, who's that, Karen?
Yeah.
What? Hey.
How do I take my picture? It's just, it gives me only the video option.
When you finish making your video, it asks you to snap a selfie.
Ah, okay.
How can I hear my recording?
How can you hear your recording?
Yes.
You can listen to it afterwards. You can listen, you go in and listen to it. But here, we're gonna listen to some of them now. Wow, look at all these. Hey, Zakari.
I can't.
Okay, I'm gonna play some of them. Who wants me to play theirs?
You can do mine if you find it, Devorah Ivan.
Dora, okay, here we go.
Hey, I learned how important it is to keep a connection with my students with videos, and that they should really see me and they should see my smile. Yay.
Who else? Who can I play?
You can play me.
Shirley. Ah, look at Shirley.
Hi, I learned that it is simple to use recordings, it seems safe, and it's good for the students, and how can I use it to bother my family with like videos with me and my cat.
Excellent. Who else? Who can we listen to? Well,
if you want to use mine, Adele, Tracy.
I've learned today in
Meirav
this
started.
session that it is very useful to use videos and record them to my students. And thank you for giving me courage and the techniques how to use it. Hope to use it soon in order to help students who missing class. It's going to be very beneficial. Thank you. Hope to see you again soon.
Oh, Meirav, I love you.
Hi Adele, thanks for the session. It's definitely shown me that I can give it a try. I'm also not so great, very so fond of being in front of a camera, but I'm willing to give it a try. I do send messages sometimes on WhatsApp, although probably I've done audio messages rather than videos. So I'm quite happy to give it a try and see how it works out. So thanks for showing us the possibilities. That's great. Bye.
Yofi. And how much more meaningful is it when you see these people? Paula, forgive me.
Wow, this is really exciting. I'm going to try it. Definitely. Why not? Oh, wow.
Okay, Adele, I'm sold. This is awesome, but how do we share this with our students?
The same way that I'm sharing it with you here.
I didn't see that part.
Can you show them the whole grid where you
I
see
didn't see that
everybody's
part.
responses, please?
There are everybody's responses.
Yeah, but how did you share in the first place and get the code and everything?
So you
have to open an account, right?
And is it saved? And my other question is it saved somewhere?
It's saved
Those are my
here.
two questions.
It's saved here on Flipgrid, but go into your, if you've made an account, go into your accounts and see.
Make an account. Okay.
Yeah, make an account, go in and see it.
There are excellent videos provided by Flipgrid that talk you through opening an account and how to have a classroom, and lots of ideas of how to use it in your class as well.
Thanks.
So for example, I'm going to stop sharing and we can take questions. A minute. Can't get to my toolbar. Oh, that's it. So, for example, Judy was talking, or somebody was talking this morning about the fact that we're getting new students. We're going into classes where we don't know our students at all. This would be a great activity to do with them, to have them talk about themselves on Flipgrid. Introduce yourself on Flipgrid. Anybody else want to have any questions or?
Adele, I have a question. How do we get the code? If we want to do what you did, you gave us a code. How do we get that code at the beginning?
So you, as a teacher, you'll make that code and you can send it to your students. I believe you could send it to them. I've never done this, not.
Adele?
It's written at the bottom. Share the join code. It's
right. It tells you, but if you do it through like your email, like your Gmail and everything, so you have, like, if you want to send it by email, it's very simple, it's very easy, because it's like all stored, like you had said previously, like in your Google Docs.
I'm sure you can share it the same way you can share any link in WhatsApp, in Classroom.
Right.
Flipgrid for sure shares in Classroom, and they can see this whole grid. And what I'd like everybody, hang on, I'm going to share this with everybody.
I'd like to add that you can have the settings so that it's a closed classroom. So you get the feeling of Nagid Instagram where you see everybody's posts, but it's private. It's a closed classroom just for you. It's made for students.
You set it up as educator, but you have to go in as educator, and then it gives you a password. You ask for it, and that's what you give to your students when you do it together with them. It's like the same idea as like Mentimeter. When they have a code, they have to go in with a code.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Let's say I want to have students recommend books. Can I send it as an assignment, and everyone has like 3 days to post a video, a book recommendation, and then we could watch it in 3 days' time? Or do you have to do it on the spot?
Sounds great. The next thing I want you guys to do is to go into the chat now and click on the link that I just put in the chat and go and comment on somebody else's video. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to do that. You're going to have to listen to somebody else's video. I'm going to mute everybody. Listen to one of the person's video and comment and leave your comments.
I don't know where.
I've just muted everybody. Go into the link. and comment on one other person's video.
Hi. Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I've been wanting to use this whole thing. I even had a plan to make a whole series of lessons, but it didn't happen this summer, but I'm definitely going to do it because I have no makeup on today. I look terrible. Oy vey. But yeah, I am definitely going to use it. That noise outside, I'm sorry, builders. Yeah, great idea, and I'm looking forward to using it.
Hi, I love this. I'm looking forward to trying it out.
Okay, I learned that it could be really, really helpful to record videos for the students, and I also see that, as you said, the light is very important, and clearly the light right now in my room is not good.
Yeah, I'm on Flipgrid. Hi, Adele. Thank you.
Okay, I learned that it could be really, really.
Hi, I love this.
Well,
Yeah, I am definitely going to use it. That
Hi,
noise
Reva.
outside, I'm
Fantastic.
sorry,
Great.
builders.
I'm completely unable to make a comment. It doesn't let me comment. It blocks. I don't know what.
Okay, so
I don't see any buttons to make a comment.
I have a feeling it's because we're on Zoom and using our cameras.
I'm using my computer and I'm unable to comment.
I'm not managing either. I couldn't record and I couldn't comment.
I couldn't comment either. It wouldn't let me comment.
So a few people have managed to comment with movies, and a few people have managed to write. Limor, how did you write? Are you on your phone, Limor Tseri? Limor, are you here still?
Hi. Okay, I opened my mic. Did I write anything? I add a frame. I've been trying to respond to Riva's recording, but the Zoom popped up every second, so I didn't manage to do it.
Yeah, I think what's getting in our way is the Zoom.
There are options, there are features at the bottom of the screen. I used it on the Flipgrid. I used it on the phone. I recorded myself on the phone. So at the bottom of the screen, when you record yourself, you have all kinds of features, adding a frame, adding a background picture. As many of you did that actually.
Yeah, yeah.
I wrote something. I don't think I've written anything.
Limor, yes. Wait a minute, where'd you go? Oh no!
It asked in one of the steps. It didn't let me submit my video until I wrote something to you. I wrote it. It didn't allow me to send it until I wrote something.
Okay.
Well, I can't write or send or do anything. I have to press allow and the no allow button anywhere.
Okay, so it could be because I'm going to stop sharing. It could be because we're challenging ourselves because we are on Zoom at the same time as we are trying to do this. So if anybody has any questions now about anything I've spoken about today, this is the time.
Oh my gosh, we have so many questions.
Yes, I never found the camera to take a picture.
Oh, okay.
I've been all over the blinking screen. I see record, blah, blah, up on the top right. And I'm just like, I'm just fed up.
Wait, so maybe because did you try to do it on your phone?
I tried and I started signing up. And I thought that's not what I want to do. I don't want to sign up.
You might not be able to do it on your computer because you're Zooming on your computer.
Yeah,
But
I'm Zooming on my
anyway,
computer.
aside from that, about my talk, this is the time for questions about anything that I spoke about. If anybody wants to, what's the link to Adele's YouTube? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Just go into YouTube and ask for, look for Digitally Yours Adele, and you'll find my YouTube channel there.
Okay, so and any technical issues that you have with tools that we've shown you, your counselors and Adele were available. We have office hours every week where you're welcome to come and ask us those questions. And we always encourage you to look at YouTube videos that often do the troubleshooting at least as well, if not better than we do it. So if we just go through a few more of the questions that we have here, I'm just trying to sift through all the Flipgrid questions. And we'll start with, hang on. Wow. 1 second. They loved your example, by the way, Adele, of confusing us with like making it difficult for us to split our screen. You tricked me too. I didn't know what you were after. I was like, whoa. They would like to know which webcam you use to record yourself and what microphone you use because you have very good quality.
So my webcam is a Logitech, and my microphone is I don't know, something that looked kind of serious. I bought it online during Corona. What is it? A desktop microphone.
Okay.
Can't see the firm. You know, if you pay like, I think it was like 150 shekels or something.
For the microphone. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Now, what free barcode scanner do you recommend?
A QR barcode generator is what I use. And QR barcode scanner.
Generator, okay. Okay. Should we join? Okay, so then I'm just trying to sift through all the Flipgrid questions. As I scan down here.
May I ask a short question, Melissa?
Yes, yes, sure. Please do.
So basically, if I understood Adele, my dearest, you're amazing. Every time I log in, I find myself can I do anything else besides start learning from you guys, all of you, Baruch Hashem. I just wanted to ask, so basically I have to open up an account in Flipgrid and then record myself, asking them a question, give them the code, and then they report?
Yeah. Open up an account for yourself as an educator. Don't forget the option that you have in Flipgrid that I showed you about shorts. It's really useful. And you open up in there, you open up a board, a Flipgrid board, and that's what you write the question and you share that with your students. Yeah, but there's tutorials. Just write in YouTube Flipgrid or go onto Flipgrid and they have tutorials there.
Okay, so that's basically it, because a lot of the other questions were about Flipgrid, and you know, those are things that they'll have to deal with at a different time. But thank you so much, Adele. This really gave me a really big picture idea of how to record videos for my students.
My pleasure.
Now, if you go to the next screen, okay, our next session will be at 4:30, literature. We have two guest